Ladies and gentlemen, Team Bold, thank you. We did it. And Edwin Mwiti Mwenda joined Kirinyaga University today, courtesy of you. Hi guys, I am just so exhausted. It's 5 p.m. but I'm a very happy person to the Team Bold. I am hapa ni Kirinyaga. Yes, Kirinyaga. So where we are, if you see the background, is Edwin's staff. We have managed, guys, through your support, we have managed. Kijana ashaingia shule. We have done the assortments. We've also got the phone and part of the bill as we wait for, and the part of the fee as we wait for the government direction. And I think I want to tell you what exactly happened, and I want to introduce, this is Ken. Ken is going to tell us how really this came to be. Ilikuwaje? Tell us maybe how reach out and yes, what about it?
Ilikuwa challenges kubwa depending na finance yenye ilikuwa huko home na issues zenye zilikuwa huko home. Hatungeweza kumanage. Situation ilikuwa tu baya. So tulibendi sana ifike kwa Kelvin, nikamsho tuko na shinda nyumbani. Na shinda wazazi walikuwa wagonjwa, walikuwa tumetumia pesa. Kijana alikuwa amegongwa pia mwenyewe huko meno, akaibwa simu, alikuwa na shida ya fee. Wazazi walitumia fee yote, pesa zote andi zenye alikuwa ameweka kwa fee zikaisha. Na kuwa andi kumpeleka shule ilikuwa issue, ndio wameugua. Hawezi.
By the how is he now? How is the father now?
Father sasa bado ana take medication.
Alimeza zile dawa.
Ana take medication.
And the mother?
Pia mzazi sasa pia mwenyewe ametulia tu. Ameacha ametulia. At least pale wako wanafeel kuwa happy. Wako wanajua hii kitu ni happen. Hii ni grace of the Lord.
So to the Team Bold, itabidi with your Edwin, by the way, unajua Edwin, this is the guy. By the way, this is boy, najua watu wengi sana kwa shinda mbona yeye ako wapi. Edwin bua ongelesha bana.
I don't know much to say, but thank you.
Yes, so guys, that is what happened. We were able to sort out because tulikuja late. We could not get hostel inside, so we had to sort kutafuta nyumba nje so that ataanza nje. Unajua kuna fresha anza nje, but now itabidi sasa yeye aanze nje. So that's why we are here. This is where he's going to stay. Atakuwa na commute from here to school. We've got the phone, but one thing remaining is the laptop.
Yeah.
Yes, so the laptop is the only thing remaining, and the laptop is not going to have a fundraiser. I believe that in the next 24 hours, someone will just give us that laptop, and so that because anafanya that course, that is the only thing that we've not managed, and I believe that is going to be done. I want to take this humble opportunity to say thank you. My whole day in Kirinyaga is not in vanity. We have done this as Team Bold. It's not about me. It's just about God, and we've done it as a team. Asanteni sana, and may God bless you wherever you are. I'm going to give you, of course, more updates. This one, I think, is my best. Guys, this has made me happy. I think this year, this is the best that we have done as members of this channel. Thank you. We managed to collect 107,000, and what we covered was the university fees. We had already gotten late. We paid 15% of the amount that was supposed to be paid because we are waiting for the funding model to review so that we'll know the exact amount, the remaining amount. So we paid, I think, around 22,000 for the university fee. Then there were other requirements for the electrical engineering course that were also needed. I told you also we needed to buy the phone, so we also bought a phone. Then there was the purchase of the other household vitu za nyumba zile vitu angetumia because we got late. He joined late, and so he could not get the hostel. So he had to rent, pay, of course, for some time, for a longer time. I think that's up to February, if I'm not wrong. Then there was also zile vitu wanahitaji, the mattress, the bed, and vitu za car budget and all that. And I'm just so glad. But I also need to tell you that the father had been sick, and I didn't tell you during the fundraiser, I was told. Yeah, and the father got into depression, and I had to get some part of the collections to go to buying some medicine for the father. I'm just so happy that that boy is in school. It has happened so good. May God bless us as Team Bold, not just me. You who donated. I'm just so grateful. Yeah, so may God bless us. So tomorrow I'll still be in Mount Kenya, better part of the day before going back to Nairobi, and may God bless us. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time Rigathi Gachagua wanted to meet Uhuru Kenyatta, these are the questions Rigathi was asking Uhuru.
Kama tutakuwa na discussion na Raila ni sawa. Tungetaka tuwe na discussion na Raila na Uhuru pamoja. Watuambie ile pesa ya Kenya walipeleka Cayman Island watarudisha lini? Hiyo tunaweza ongea. Watuambie wote wawili ile pesa Uhuru alisema ilipwe 15 billion in 26 minutes itarudishwa lini? Watuambie hii maziwa wanaleta nje ya powder wananua shilingi 10 wanaongeza maji wanatuzia 120 watawacha lini? That is a discussion we can have with Raila Odinga na Uhuru Kenyatta. Mambo ati akuja tumgawie serikali nusu, that is not possible. Cannot happen, it will not happen. So wakisema sisi ni hardliner na akina Ichongwa, it's okay. Kama kusema ukweli na kusema hatuwezi nunua uoga ni kuwa hardliner, we are hardliners, it's okay. And there is no problem.
Now, as we talk now, the deputy president is saying that in his bid to unite Mount Kenya, the only thing he wants to do is to meet and have a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, so that Uhuru Kenyatta will help him to unite Mount Kenya. And it is believed that he's been sending emissaries to organize for a meeting with Uhuru Kenyatta, but that is still in vain. That is still in vain. How do Mount Kenya unity become a #1 priority agenda for the deputy president, and how does Mount Kenya unity come ahead of reviving the economy, or how does that unity help Kenya Kwanza to revive the economy? Or better still, you ask us this way: so what do Uhuru gain by a united Mount Kenya when he is not in power, while by the time he was in power he tried to bring together the leaders, but because of politics they decided to follow William Ruto? And Uhuru said, fine, go with it. Rigathi currently is falling out with Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah. So I don't know whether part of this talk to Mount Kenya leaders is to tell Uhuru Kenyatta to meet Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah. Kimani Ichung'wah, men who are on camera confessing how they organized goons to attack Northland City. And people have been asking Rigathi that before any other discussion, they should return the ship. Now, immediately, this report of Rigathi is looking for a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta emerged, something happened. Two things. Number one, Uhuru Kenyatta Jubilee Party launched a case in High Court, Milimani High Court, to chase Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega out of that party completely. And some of the orders that they are seeking is that they should not pose as party leaders or members of Jubilee Party, Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega, and they should not represent Jubilee Party in any forum. That has come, and someone was just telling me, what do you think has triggered it just now? It is a clear response, because what was happening here is, if Rigathi is seeking a truce with Uhuru Kenyatta, then he's simply trying also to get a truce with the Jubilee Party and end the Jubilee Party squabble. But the first thing that has happened is the case has been launched, and now Sabina Chege, Jubilee Party, Uhuru faction side, have now launched afresh the new process of kicking out Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega. And of course, there are reports of those emissaries have always been trying to make a way. And Uhuru Kenyatta, one of the best tools that Uhuru Kenyatta said, and I told you people, that I said here that Uhuru Kenyatta's silence was a very lethal weapon that he used to neutralize these fellows. And I also repeated here that it was no longer tenable. It is not politically potent to use Uhuru Kenyatta venom in the next general election. And the Uhuru venom was actually a very perishable political narrative. You can only use it up to 2022. Immediately after 22 elections, that is not a narrative that will still be here. You know, people have been asking, how do Raila mount presidential election year in, 1 year election after the other? And both of them he's been getting that euphoria. Now, this crop of leaders we have now cannot do that, and they must look for conjectures. That is why there is also another latest development. There was a Twitter page that was allegedly opened of Uhuru Kenyatta, and if you look at those tweets, the person that opened that pseudo account wanted to show is actually projecting Uhuru Kenyatta as supporting Kenya Kwanza. And it really irritated the Uhuru Kenyatta team, and Kanza Dena even wrote to the Twitter management saying they needed to delete that account. Now, why do you think Uhuru will not be psyched and why he has rejected the Rigathi handshake plea? I want to say that when Uhuru left power, he was actually pushing for a non-Mount Kenya president. And so, he's not so much psyched by Rigathi's bid to succeed William Ruto. And that is what Rigathi does, because Rigathi's interest is get to Mount Kenya kingpin, then get in Ruto's succession. But Uhuru is not so much psyched with that aspect. Number two, Rigathi is simply seeking redemption after all other previous attempts to suppress Uhuru Kenyatta failed. Remember the milkman narrative. You know, remember we don't want handshake, destroyed government, Chester. Remember all those, even the recent political outburst of Maina Njenga was blamed on Uhuru Kenyatta, that Uhuru Kenyatta wants to bring back the Mungiki militia. And when he was doing milkman, there was always referring to Uhuru Kenyatta. But people forget so fast. When you could hear Rigathi speaking in Kasarani during the inauguration day, you will actually think that has just come from heaven and he's never been with us here. Lastly, Uhuru Kenyatta knows very well that Rigathi is the last person to protect his business interest. What is Uhuru's interest? Uhuru's interest now is not how Mount Kenya is united or who is fighting who. Uhuru's interest is how to protect their business interests. And why would he get to quote the deputy president if you still just make a call and talk to the president and talk to Ruto and things are done. If Ruto is talking to Raila in talks, if Ruto are with Raila on talks, then why would you still quote Rigathi? Someone said, if you have Raila in this country and you have Ruto, who else do you need? Between Raila and Ruto, does Uhuru Kenyatta need Rigathi? So I think it is something that needs. But Uhuru Kenyatta is clear on this. But that move to go and kick out the Sabina, which is Rigathi axis, is something to be noted.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you a story that I said I'm going to share. This fundraiser was very special to me because in 2011, when I was supposed, after I did my KCSE, I was hawking in Kisumu State. I was a hawker, and I know there are some people who also saw me here and were you might have seen those ones in the comment section. So when I was hawking there, I had actually got my B+, but I had not joined because nilikuwa najua that fees was more. So what happened is, nikiwa na hawk hapo, I met a lady who was called Sharon, and nilikuwa na hawk, but nilikuwa na hawk nikiongea Kizungu. So Sharon called me like, unafanya nini na unaongea Kizungu? So she became so much interested, and she took me so close and was telling me, Kevin, you have to go to school. Save the little you have. And I think on 18th February, I joined Masai Mara University. 18th February 2013, I joined Masai Mara University to pursue my degree in mass communication. And Sharon supported me. I was also supported. And so this was so special to me. I was also supported to join school, and the first, we used to pay 22,000. Sharon paid that money. And that is why I am so glad that 10 years later, I've also gotten into her shoes. And Osiepa, as may just God bless you, I'm just so happy this has happened. It is not about me, but it's about all of us. I think I've done mine for the year. This year I lost Sarah after running a big fundraiser on this, and I didn't know I will still come back, and I was even given up whether I will do a fundraiser. But on this one, I give it to you. I salute you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those who are still willing and be able to even sponsor a bit of it, because we are waiting for what government will say, get in contact. I'm going to share more and we'll be able. And one thing I know as Team Bold, that we have been part of the solution, and that is the difference.